Don't play with it, don't be dishonest. Ay, still not understand.
Hi. Okay. Hopefully I'm in the frame. I can't see myself from where I am. But okay. Hi guys. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Panashe Masawi, and if you're new here, hi. If you're returning, hi. Before we go on, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, tell a friend that I posted. And today we're having a sit down. This is going to be a lengthier video than normal, but anyway. And today's video is 25 things I learned while being 25, because on Monday I'll officially be 26. Yay! So before we close this chapter of being 25, I'm like, okay, let me just sit down and like reflect and write down the things that I learned on my journey being a 25-year-old. Last year was crazy. Last year was different. I've had like difficult years and like confusing years, and last year marks one of the years that like topped the charts of like maybe different things going on in my life, because there were like some milestones, there were some crush outs, and yeah, everything in between. So without wasting more of your time, let's start. And the first one we're going to start with is number one: adulting is not a destination. What I mean by that is like life is always changing, and it's okay if you don't have everything figured out at the moment. In the end, everything is going to come together and you're going to be surprised, because sometimes we have those moments when you're just down, just like, oh my goodness, I'm not doing this, I haven't done that. I was told that when you're growing up at 25 you should be doing ABC, but like for myself it's not going like that, which is totally okay, because life is different for everyone. For some people it's normal, it's like by the book. You go to school, you get your degree, you go through high school, you get a job, you get a house, you get a car, you get the husband, the wife, and you have a good life. Then aging happens and you die. And for some people it's not like that. For some people it's you do this, you do that, it doesn't go well, you try to do that, it doesn't go well, but like maybe eventually you learn that all those things that you went through were like preparation for something. I think that's what I realized with my life, because I was like beating myself up saying, oh, okay, I had this plan that by this time I'll be doing this, and it's not exactly going according to plan. But then I sat down, I was like, okay, let's sit down, let's reflect on everything that you've done and what you think everything that you've done and everything you've gone through is teaching you or is leading you to. Then I actually noticed that there's like a pattern in everything that I've done, and I can sort of like see the bigger picture. I'm like, every challenge that I've gone through is going to help me become whatever I want to become. So I've done all these little things and they're preparing me for something that's bigger, or I can sort of like see the bigger picture. So it's okay if everything is not going according to the way you planned. Do not beat yourself up. Okay, I took a bit time on that one because we had to really elaborate, because a lot of people go through that, especially when you like hit 18, and that's like you hit 16, 18, and you're going through like an identity crisis. Who am I? What do I want to become? It's okay. Breathe. It's okay. Life will kick you around, and sometimes you even realize that whatever you thought you wanted is really not what you wanted. So if someone is watching me, hearing me, it's fine. You are fine. You're going to be fine. Sometimes your plan doesn't align with God's plan, and for yours to align with His plan, you have to go through some trials and tribulations, and it's not the end of the world. Everything will make sense in the end. Okay, the other ones would try to make them shorter. I'm so passionate about the first one, but anyway. Then number 2 is friendships are seasonal. Some friendships are seasonal. They're like some friends you've been friends with since you were 2, you were 1, you were 15, and there's some friends you met along the way, and like, you know, you sort of like branched off of them. Maybe you had like an idea that you and these people were going to be friends forever, and it actually didn't work out that way. It's absolutely fine. There's like friendships for every season. For instance, they're friends that you go to when you need like deep advice. They're friends that you go to when you just need a laugh. That is absolutely okay. Do not be afraid of letting go of friends, and maybe if friends do let go of you, sometimes it's not always you are the one who's cutting off people. Sometimes people also cut you off, right? And it's not something, there's like no animosity there. It's just that maybe whatever journey you're in now, the people that you're with do not align with that space you're in. So it's totally fine to like maybe outgrow each other, and it doesn't mean that people are fighting or anything. It's just that you're growing, and you're growing in different areas, and that's fine. The third one that I learned was self-care is not selfish. I literally struggle with this one. Like, I haven't actually really found like one specific thing that I religiously think is self-care. For me, at least. For some people, self-care can be like maybe taking yourself out on a solo date, maybe going to the gym, reading a book. Sleeping is self-care. I would like to think that sleeping is self-care. For myself, I think I prioritize getting enough rest, and it's something that not everyone can do. Some people actually have like a difficult time sleeping, right? So for me, sleeping is a luxury. When I'm stressed out, when I'm going through something, I take time off to make sure that I get sleep and like recharge. And you should also do the same. You should like look for coping mechanisms to help you when you're overwhelmed. Number 4. Number 4 is confidence is built, it's not inherited. And we like to throw around the phrase, fake it till you make it, which is absolutely true. Like sometimes most people, or most of us, we're like never confident in ourselves, and it's like something you actually have to build up, especially for like African children, like kids with like an African background, because there's some aunts that you meet, like maybe we all have that aunt who's always like, oh, you're skinnier, you're fat, you're lighter, you're dark, and those type of words can like hurt, and it takes a lot of strength to like rebrand yourself, to believe that I'm actually beautiful, and to know that one's beauty, like someone else's beauty, does not mean the lack of my own beauty. Like you have to work on yourself, be that reading books, maybe isolating yourself from like the things you see, the type of media you watch. Like I was listening to this lady, and she was like, it's concerning if the media or the things you listen to do not reflect who you are as a person. I cannot be a dark-skinned girl and I'm always consuming like content from maybe the Asians. Okay. I said what I said to make the point that representation is very important. You can only be comfortable within yourself if only you engage with things that represent who you are and what you are. So if you are a melanated girl, it's always good for 80% of your content to be centered around dark-skinned women, their problems, how they overcame them. That's the only way you can be confident, when you associate with people who also possess the same likeness that you're trying to attain. Yes. Then number five. Number five is breakups aren't just romantic. It is very important to also grieve friendship relationships, family relationships, like your relationship with your family members, be it your parents, your brothers, your siblings. Not everything relationship centered is like romantic, and when those things fall apart, it is also important for you to grieve those certain aspects. Then number six is social media is a highlight reel. Not everything you see online is the truth. Because sometimes you'll be shocked, like you meet people in real life that you saw on the internet. You're like, one plus one is not two. What's going on? It can be good and bad. So not everything that everyone is showing us here online is their true situation. Sometimes I will be crashing out, then once in a while I go out with my friend and I just like take a video of what we're doing that moment, but still when I get back home I still have issues that I have to resolve. So never be envious of what other people have, because you don't know what the real life is. Messy, and that's okay. Focus on yourself and what you're trying to attain. Then the seventh one is learn to cook at least 5 meals. It doesn't matter if you're a man, if you're a woman, boy, girl. It is essential to know how to do basic things like cooking. At least cook sadza, cook, fry an egg, boil an egg, something. Give us something. Savings are non-negotiables. I know like money is like a sketchy topic, but if you can, it is very important to save for a rainy day, because you never know when you might need that money. Number nine is invest in yourself. This is through books, through courses, through fitness. Most of your life is spent in your body, and you need to take care of your body, your mind, your soul, everything. Like invest in yourself, because you are your greatest asset. Number 10 is overthinking steals peace. Like, there is no point in overthinking about things that are in the past or things that are in the future, because you don't know what's going to happen in the future. And if it's in the past, it's already done. You can't do anything about it. So what's the point, right? Avoid overthinking to save yourself as much time, to be honest. Number 11 is travel teaches you more than school does. You can learn different cultures, different perspectives. Traveling does not always have to be international. If you can't travel international yet, you can travel within your own country. Like if you're in Zimbabwe and you have never been to Gweru, go to Gweru, go to Blues, go to Warsaw, go to Krakow. Like, it doesn't always have to be something grand. You can travel within your own country if you haven't seen most of it. So it doesn't always have to be very expensive, but in every city there are different cultures that they observe, so you're learning. Number 12 is mistakes don't define you. They're only there as like revision corrections, so you can learn from your past so that you don't repeat it in the future, and forgive yourselves for the mistakes that you made when you didn't know better. Number 13 is your career path might not be straight. There are some of us who thought we were going to be one thing, and we are now doing something totally different, and start afresh. And you can always rediscover your passions or things that you like to do as a career path. Number 14 is apologize when you're wrong. Your ego will ruin a lot of things for you if you're not one person who can put it aside. A lot of good friendships have been ruined because one party cannot apologize. So if you care about someone, you care about that certain relationship, friendship, family, always say sorry first if you can, because sometimes you won't die to be honest, but like you can serve the relationship. Number 15 is find joy in small things, like maybe a good coffee, like seeing the sunset, just going to touch the grass. It doesn't have to be something big, but like sometimes it's, you can just look at the sky and you're like super thankful. Like see life through the lens of a child. Yes, that's my motto. I try to view life through the lens of a kid, because kids are just pure and so happy, and they're not worried about, you know, rent, money, material stuff. They're just happy to be there, man. They're just going through life. Number 16, yes. Number 16 are dreams take time. Be patient with your dreams. It took maybe 15 years, 4 years, a year, 6 months, I don't know, whatever time frame for some people to achieve their dreams. Some dreams are always not fast, and just because your dream did not happen in 2 seconds does not mean that your dream is not valid. It is valid. Keep on dreaming and keep on putting work into your dream till it comes to fruition, because the day that maybe the dream manifests, you're going to be like, I went through all this so that this can just happen. And when it happens, you're going to enjoy the outcome. So be patient with your dreams, because some dreams take time, some dreams happen quick, and if the dreams of those around you are like manifesting quickly, don't let that affect how you think yours should be. Yes, yours might take more time than others, and it's okay. Number 17, your circle impacts your life. So be very picky about people you call your friends. Know how to group people. There are some people who are not your friends, but just like colleagues, co-workers. Name people what they are. Like my close friend, my best friend, my acquaintance, and those people shape how you are. You know the saying, birds of a feather flock together. Some people do not want to acknowledge birds of a feather flock together, because you're like, no, I'm nothing like my friends or whatever. But sometimes when you actually take a moment and you actually observe, there are little things that your friends do that you relate to, hence your friends. Because if you don't have that rapport or like the same interest, somewhere somehow it'll be sort of difficult to be friends. So be very picky with your friends, because they can contribute to how your life is. Yeah. Number 18 is learn to unplug. You should have maybe a day, a month, a week of dissociating with the internet, because we consume so much of the internet. Sometimes it affects how we feel, so it's very important to have like days where you're just like, you know what, from this time to this time I'm not going to be online, I'm not going to be on YouTube, I'm not going to be with my phone at all. Number 19 is stop waiting for perfect conditions. Just start. I am a product of just starting. Who would have thought that I'll be posting on my YouTube? I've been talking about this for years. For years. People who I associate with know that, oh my goodness. I think at a certain point I became a broken record. They're just like, oh yeah, okay, whatever. You're just talking about it, but you're never going to do it. I also thought I was never going to do it. But then I was just like, you know what? just do it. You never know, you won't die. If it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out, and if it does, then great. Because I was like, oh, I don't have a camera, I don't have a tripod, but you have your phone, you have a desk, right? Like, you can make do with what you have till you get the other bigger stuff that you want. It's a progress. You start from somewhere. Just start. Throw caution to the wind. You'll be fine. I'm a testament of that. You'll be fine. Number 20 is family deserves your time. Make it a point to send your loved ones maybe just a hi, how are you doing, just checking in. Yeah, because blood is thicker than water. When at the end of the day, when everything is done, those family members of yours are the ones that will hold you down. I believe that. Yeah, I believe that. So always have a good rapport with your family members, your brothers, your mother, your father. I don't know about like extended family, but like the immediate one, like your father, your mother, your siblings. It's just good to be like, hi, how are you doing? This, what have you been doing? Okay, just checking up on you. Number 21 is a kind word goes a long way. Be mindful of how you use your words, because there are people who are still suffering from words that they were told 5 years ago. Like, when we were still kids, I don't know, some people still remember certain things that you said to them, be it positive or negative. So always aim for your words to be positive. Number 22 is you are your habits. So be very mindful about little things that you do when you're just like, oh, I'm playing, I'll get over it. But some little habits, like being late, not being able to keep your word, telling white lies, those white lies will become big lies, and being late by just a minute would be like being late by 10. So if you can, when you start a little habit and you notice you're like, I don't like this, it's always essential to nip it in the bud the moment you notice it. Because if you let it go, it will become a flower and it will become like a big thing that you cannot like get rid of. I'm speaking from like experience. Number 23 is rejection is redirection. Not everything that you gotta know from was good for you. Some of the things that you got no's for, it was actually saving you. And maybe when you are in a different lane, in a different path, you're like, oh, I'm happy that didn't work out, because now I'm enjoying something totally different. If you had accepted whatever you wanted, or if you had gotten whatever you wanted at that time, maybe you wouldn't be experiencing this type of life now. That, I don't know if you get what I'm saying. Yes, what's meant for you won't miss you is what I'm trying to say. What's yours will always be yours. You can go for months without talking to someone, and you meet again and you bond again. If it's for you, you will never ever miss it. It will always come back. If it's yours, it can take you 5 years, 10 years. If that job is yours, it's going to come back. If that friend is yours, they might be going through a different phase right now and they need time, they will come back. Everything that's meant for you will locate you at the time that you need it. Yes. Number 24 is gratitude shifts everything. Be thankful for life, for breath, for friends, for legs, for eyes. Little things that you wouldn't even think about on a day-to-day basis. Those little things mean a lot, because some people don't have arms, don't have legs. So yeah, focus on what you have, right, and not what you don't have. That's what I'm trying to put across. And The last one is your 20s are for experimenting. Life is long. Don't fear starting over. If you wake up today and you decide you want to be a doctor, you can be a doctor. I want to be a musician. You can be a musician. I want to be an artist. You can be an artist. I want to be a YouTuber. You can make content. There is no limitation to what you can do. You can wake up tomorrow and have a different dream, and you can make it happen, and it is totally fine. Don't stop dreaming, and use your 20s to find yourself, find what you like, find what brings fire to your soul. That's what your 20s are for learning who you are and like defining moments in your character, because for the first 18 years of our lives we're being told go to school, go to primary, go to high school, then you hit 18, then now you are on your own in university and you can do whatever you want. You have creative control of what you want to become. So in your 20s, even after your 20s, you can experiment and do new things and start over, build on maybe foundations you built before, or like start new foundations. Yeah, that is all from me. I have been yapping so much, my throat is dry. If you have reached this far, thank you for watching. My name is Panashe Masawi. Like, share, subscribe, tell a friend that I posted, and I'll see you when I make the next video. And don't forget to say happy birthday. Tomorrow is my birthday. Thank you. Bye.
But I'll be on it always, always.